That's one elaborate sundial. Despite its look, I'm sure people can still use it. But I have a watch. This smell of dust and candles. No doubt I'm on the right track. Storage room. I am gonna need a key for this one. This setup looks recent. They probably did it just before the attack on the village. Okay, have some courage, Elise. Completely locked. Transept. Tomb of Father Roald, abbot who watched over the population of St. Exel. He dedicated his life to the village and the population. He distinguished himself in particular by his taste for religious, spiritual, and cultural texts. The large library of the Assumption Church is in his image. Cemetery. Shit. What are they doing here? I'm not sure I really want to know. It has been condemned by the sect. I could never open that one.
The time has come, my friends. Everything has been revealed to me. I understand why the most basic things, like having babies, has been taken from us. Our divinity, that required so much sacrifice, is still not content. The village kids have had it easy for too long. They need to share our burden. It talked to me and asked to surrender them to its will. Generations have forgotten how this village was built. It is time for a history lesson. We placed statues to display each person we sent to sea. In their anonymity, they remind us of the road still to be endured. But be reassured, my devotees, this road is coming to an end. I found a way to communicate with our protector. It has chosen me as its vessel and talked to me so many times. I will finally be able to answer. A few of us were meeting secretly in preparation for our next and last action. It will all be revealed to you tonight after the festivities. Do not enter the crypt yet. I have the answers you have all been looking for. I will remove this poison from our life.
Organ and bell tower. The annual High Mass is still maintained for the day after the Feast of the Village. Like previous years, we are expecting many of you. The sect had chosen the right place and the right time to strike a blow. Vegetable garden and scriptorium. It must have taken a lot of time to set up all this staging. A lot of struggling souls probably joined the devotees over time. A sheet is hidden under this pile of books. Father, I have heard noises coming from the crypt several times. It is during the night when I prepare the Mass that I hear them. Isn't the crypt supposed to be unlocked only once a year? The door is locked up tight when I want to access it. Interesting. This book traces the entire history of the church and the creation of this cross. I'll take it with me for my bedtime reading. This church seems to hide a lot of secrets from me. This letter fell to the ground when the devotees wreaked havoc here. I would like to warn that with the escalation of tensions with the sect in St. Exil, it is very likely that they will come after our church or its parishioners in the near future. Well, you saw that one coming for sure. This staging was prepared while the population was at the festivities, the population of St. Exil being already fragile. I dare to imagine the trauma of people if they had been exposed to this. The Angel and the Newborn, unknown artist. This statue is incredible. Organ and bell tower. Nothing. I am gonna need a key for this one. Tomb of the Darrow family who contributed greatly to the creation of the port of St. Exel. The fishing activity was so important that the family built their house at the end of the quays. They thus were the first informed of the contents of the merchants' cargoes in St. Exel. An envied position. The de Vigneault Mausoleum. They played an important part in the development of St. Exel. This family was in charge of the local agriculture. They ultimately defended the village by burning their own crops. The flower house was once their home, but it is now owned by the town. St. Exel also has its little jokers who come to tag everything they find. Cemetery. It has been condemned by the sect. Excellent. I could move faster with such a bike, but with these ghosts on the road, I really wouldn't be discreet. There are no bad moments to officialize a bond. Bulletin from the city of St. Exel. The structure has been weakened and water can infiltrate the wall. The town will start the repairs soon so they can avoid a collapse before winter. Doesn't look like they had time. Planks removed. This should weaken this son of a brick.
Tu m'avais manqué.
Completely locked. Completely locked. We both knew you couldn't resist me. Ahead, Boisseau's Park and the beach. Left, St. Exel's Church. I knew I had you somewhere. I don't have anything on me to enhance my gun. I don't have anything on me to enhance my gun. certainly not done with the place.
Pierre? This is going to sound ridiculous, but I needed to talk to you, so here I am. I know it's not a phone, and you're not on the other side, but I make do with what I have. The evenings are long without you, and I miss our discussions. I'm locked up because of the monsters, so I have to find something to take care of. You'll never believe me, but I've discovered a new passion. Making bullets for my pistol. It has become my comforting little evening ritual. And then I read newspapers or documents that I found. I try by all means to discover information that would allow me to understand what is happening here. When I can't sleep, I sort my tapes and listen to your songs again. This is by far my favorite time of the day. Well, it's already very late, and I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Sweet dreams. It was really soporific, but I managed to finish the book found in the church. There is a lot of information about this place and the village in general. It's sad, but it wasn't such a bad evening in comparison. If we go back many centuries, St. Exil experienced a much more sumptuous period. Originally, this village was only a small fishing hamlet by the sea, but it was located on the only road between two larger villages on the coast. It is with the cooperation of 4 great figures that the village developed and experienced its greatest activity: the Vigneaults, who ensured the agricultural activity of the village; the Durault family, who were dedicated to fishing activities; the Duc de Bliard, who ensured the defense of the village with his soldiers; and finally, the Abbot Royot, in charge of the spirituality through its church. Thanks to the progress brought by this collaboration, St. Exil had been able to develop for 100 years. But, sadly, during the following centuries, the village did not know the destiny that we imagined, and this prosperity turned into a distant memory. In remembrance of this period, which still resonates until today, these personalities were honored with the presence of a tomb that are located in the narthex and in the transept of the church. They also built a cross at the end of the Assumption Church that is a receptacle for 4 plates, each illustrating one of the families. Once a year, these plaques are gathered and placed on the cross to allow the inhabitants of St. Exil to have a moment of commemoration for its history and its ancestors. While I was crossing the church to reach the altar, I noticed light coming from an inaccessible room located just below. It's probably a kind of forbidden crypt, but then why would there be light inside? Considering the police are looking for cult members, this would be a perfect place for them to regroup in total secrecy. There's a procedure to follow to unlock the crypt's access, but it's going to be complicated. The door lock is linked to a mechanism inside the memorial cross. If I place 4 commemorative plates, the cross will unlock the door automatically. Well, supposedly, at least. Right now, only one of the 4 plates is inserted on this cross, the one honoring the Duc de Bliard. The others are scattered in various places in St. Exil. I have to go to the church to learn a little more about the other plates. They seem to be commemorating specific families whose tombs are inside the church itself. My investigation is turning into a treasure hunt. How great. Last note. Based on the documents, the key that unlocks most of the doors in the church is hidden at the heart of the cross, and I can already access it. Since I deactivated the jammer on the keys of St. Exil, the fountains react sort of like portals, allowing me to see the village under the snow, as if I was switching over several months later and rediscovering everything in another season. When I approach Rocky from the fountain, the water gradually begins to light up. If the pebble comes into contact, everything changes immediately. I can literally change the weather in St. Exil on command. I read somewhere that the fountains were built a very long time ago, and that their source is the same groundwater deep under the village. That doesn't explain to me why it does that, but I prefer to warn you. Do you think there would be the same type of rock under the village directly? The only downside to all this is that triggering the storm using the rock doesn't work if it's snowing. And, well, it's super cold too. Did I ever tell you about the sea columns? It's the only thing I like about this hell. If you could see them, you would love them too. These are huge columns of water that start from the sea and rise slowly towards the sky, to infinity. They exude a feeling of quiet strength, serene power. They carry with them rocks which gravitate alongside them throughout their ascent. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel almost calm looking at them. Still, I don't think we should be fooled by their placid appearance. Inside, thunder and flashes rage silently, reminding us that they are inhabited by a formidable energy. Moreover, they also emit strange and deaf noises, like an animal cry or a complaint? Anyway, I'm not the only one to be fascinated by this show. Birds and seagulls are attracted to these columns and flock to their base by the hundreds. They fly around for hours, as if waiting for something. I'm always afraid they'll get caught, but the columns are gentle giants. One thing is certain. I will continue to admire them from the cliff.
I have to go to this crypt. I feel that I am close to my goal.
Solve this puzzle and win a coin to use in George's workshop. You know it as well as I, the devil hides in the details. The solution of this puzzle too. the next one. Behind all great puzzles lies an even greater man. We often forget the path that brings us back to the finish, to the beginning, to the start. Yes, to the start. hope to see. Behind all great puzzles lies an even greater man. We often forget the path that brings us back to the finish, to the beginning, to the start. Yes, to the start.
Look who's smart. Never betrayed by our steeds. I only took a few riding lessons when I was little, but from memory, you can't trust these beasts. So I'm going to have to disagree. Tomb of the Duc de Bliard. He was in charge of defending St. Exil's agricultural and maritime activities. The White Manor is one of the vestiges of this family, who still live in the region. An ingenious system initially developed for its moats made it possible to send water to different parts of the village. Vegetable garden and scriptorium. I am gonna need a key for this one. Nothing. crypt. This door seems locked by a complex mechanism. Tomb of Father Rualt, abbot who watched over the population of St. Exel. He dedicated his life to the village and the population. He distinguished himself in particular by his taste for religious, spiritual, and cultural texts. The large library of the Assumption Church is in his image. Cloister. Completely locked. I am gonna need a key for this one. It won't open from this side. You are on one of the highest points of The Assumption Church was built. This panorama has become an emblematic place for those who like to observe the flora and wildlife of the region. Oh, I remember our move to St. Exel. Nature was stunning and the smell of the sea gave me crazy energy. Everything seemed simpler then. Pierre absolutely insisted on bringing all his musical belongings to St. Exel. I remember it made me crazy. But he knew how to buy me with a few songs. Isn't that my house door? Well, at least a piece of it. It feels like a weird dream where all the memories are crashing incoherently in your head. During our travels, we often underestimate the impact of the seasons on the mood of our faithful companions. Keep it in a sunny and temperate climate, and it will guide you on the right path. Plunge him in the snow and the cold, and to shorten his sufferings, his heart will betray you. Alright, we're going to have to make a choice. And if that's not too much to ask, the good one. I could question myself whether or not to make a decision, but that would just add one more on my plate. Too easy. Completely locked. I'm going to need something to break those. Another of these damned four-legged beasts. I'm going to develop a phobia of horses. Nothing beats the warmth of a fireplace. Our big house in St. Exel is so much harder to heat than our little city apartment. Where did you put the remote, Pierre? Where? Okay, that one is on me. Our TV is too old to have one. I'll get up and change the channel. Don't move. It could be a very strange moment. Washing yourself out in the open like that? Somebody's gotta clean these plates, and it sure ain't me. What other cleaning products give you a radiant whiteness like La Chienne Nature? George's Museum. For the young and local museum exceptional summer event. Meet No-No the robot and take part in his treasure hunt. Left, Boisseau's Park. Behind, the beach. Right, Assumption's Church. I can't go there like that. The tide will be blocking me on the other side.
Et tu es mon seul ami.
the day has already passed by. I'm pretty sure that's not a good idea. completely locked. A note from the local fisherman about... Obviously, there is a lot of other information that could be useful to me. I'll write that down. I am gonna need a key for this one.
When
talking to myself, get off the ground, don't let me down, remember to breathe.
We both knew you couldn't resist me.
These days it takes all that I got to be something I'm not. Take me away. Can I stay with you today? Take me in. Before you, I was killing time with the shadow of my eye. You're just passing through. You'll be home again with what's in.
Let's try to push it now.
Come back soon.
Now the system should be unlocked. George, with the momentary storm, your windmill system, I wanted to reactivate it. In the meantime, the museum will remain in the dark.
Laying in the dark when you come in from wherever you've been.
So you're Nico the robot. You don't seem super friendly for something made to amuse kids. Still, he and the museum look shut down for now.
We die in the disco. I get buried with you by the ones and the twos to a beautiful tune. All the eyes in the room looking right at you, holding me. Before you, I was killing time with the shadow of my eye. You're just passing through. You'll be home again with what's his name again. Come back soon. Before you, I was killing time with the shadow of my eye.
Can't do that now. George, with the momentary storm, your windmill system went into safety mode and stopped. I wanted to reactivate it, but I couldn't put my hand back on the lever. In the meantime, the museum will remain in the dark.
Driveway pleasantries. Give me a call when you're back in the fall, and we'll do this again. Like losing a friend. Oh, take me in.
I have a feeling that we can win gifts and they arrive right in this vase.
I was killing time with the shadow of my eye. You're just passing through, and you'll be home again with what's his name again. Come back soon. Come back soon.
Way more welcoming. Special event, Nico the robot. Don't be afraid of the future. 7 puzzles scattered throughout St. Exil, and therefore 7 tokens to be won. Small and big prizes for the most curious. That's tempting. There's even a tape. This is where I have to put the tokens. Let's see what I've won first. I won a piece of paper with a joke. Do you know who burned the Sistine Chapel years ago? Michelangelo. I swear to God. I should keep an eye on the time.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is where I have to make him swallow special coins. Too bad I don't have any.
Tu m'aimes? Moi je t'aime.
Mais attends, mais qu'est-ce que tu fais là-haut?
Bah quoi, je trempe mes chips sauce.
Mais tu as déjà goûté leur goût naturel et inimitable?
Bah non, bah, je vais tester. Oh. Oh mais tu as raison, y a pas besoin de sauce. Nous on n'a pas besoin de sauce parce qu'on craque pour chips sauce.
Chips sauce? La chips, naturellement.
Welcome to my very own George workshop. With the participation of the municipality of Saint-Exile, we are organizing a great treasure hunt for youngs and less youngs. 7 of my famous puzzle tables are hidden at different locations in the village. If you succeed in solving one, you will win a token. Don't share the answer with the others. The first to get all the village tokens will have an incredible prize. Nico the robot is there to receive your tokens and reward you accordingly for each piece. Don't forget, there is only one rule to complete my trademarked Jaws table. Put the magnetic ball through the metal hoop. Good luck, and I hope to see you all very soon with Nico the robot. Not suitable for children under 4 years old. Play with moderation.